No café, no trabajo. Literally. Welcome back, guys. Today, I am going to be planting a Carolina Reaper plant. One of the hottest peppers in the world, if not the hottest. This is about 1.5 to 2.1 million Scoville units. This is super hot. And let me find out how hot it is compared to, say, something simple like a jalapeno. Compared to a jalapeno, how many times hotter is a Carolina Reaper? Wow. Like I said, this is 1.5 million to 2.1 million Scoville units. The jalapeno is only 2,500 to 8,000 Scoville units. So that means that a jalapeno or the Carolina Reaper is 200 to 500 times hotter than a jalapeno. Oh yeah, you heard that right, 200 to 5 times hotter. And I call this kind of like a dangerous plant because it can definitely do a lot of damage to your esophagus and stomach. I don't eat them, I give them away. To me, this is kind of like a hobby. But guys, I have an announcement to make at the end. I did launch a new YouTube channel, and I'm going to give you some details about it at the end of this video. The new channel is in Espanol, so wait a couple of minutes. Let's go plant this, and maybe some, what did I get? Well, I got some other plants. But anyway, beets. I got some beets. Let's plant this and the beets, and I'll get back to you. Guys, I do have to tell you that a few weeks ago, I did plant a Carolina Reaper right here on this bed. And it died on me. It died on me a few days ago. It isn't completely dead. I do see some green leaves on the sides. And I think I know what happened, but I don't think this plant has a chance. I am going to remove it, put it someplace else, and hopefully it'll grow. But not just the Carolina Reaper, the 7-pot mad balls, yeah, mad balls. That, it did the same thing too. Now let me explain. A couple of weeks ago, I added some 10-10-10 fertilizer, as you can see here on the surface. And 2 days after that, the leaves started turning brown, and then they fell off. It fell off on 3 plants. Now here, I have a butjalokia or ghost pepper, and that one's doing good. Here I have a Peruvian ají amarillo, and that's doing good. Every plant in this bed was fertilized the same way. I also have the, what is it? Over here, I have the death spiral, and that's doing real good. But then the Trinidad scorpion at the end of this bed, it had the same fate as these two. So out of my 6 plants here, 3 were affected, and I believe by the fertilizer 10-10-10, which shouldn't have had any negative effects on them. And the reason why is because a 5-5-5 and a 10-10-10 should have been perfectly fine. And what that means is 5% nitrogen, 5% phosphorus, and 5% potassium when the plants are young. Now, when the plants get older and matured, you want less nitrogen, more like a 5-10-10, 5% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, and 10% potassium. Now, as they get older, obviously you need more potassium and phosphorus so the plants can flower and provide fruit. If you keep putting a lot of nitrogen on these plants, and that's why the numbers are so important, if you put too much nitrogen, then it'll just the plant will keep getting bigger and greener, but it won't produce the flowers and the fruit. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, nothing should have affected them, but it did. So, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what the problem was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these, and then I'm going to plant in its place. I'm going to plant the Carolina Reaper, and I even got a couple of jalapenos here. I wasn't going to plant the jalapeno, but my wife asked me to. I don't eat hot stuff. No, 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 no. Not even a jalapeno. I give them away. I can't tolerate it because I get heartburn and acid reflux. I just do it as a hobby. As a lot of you know, if you've been following me for the last 10, 12 years, you know that I've been planting these off and on over the years in my previous home, and I was giving them away to my coworkers at the Navy Yard in Philadelphia. And some people love this stuff. Yeah, they like to do all kinds of sauces and chilies with them. Yeah, I'm not one of them. I just like planting them. Jalapeno is a little bit too hot for me. So what my wife does is once the jalapenos grow, she'll open them up and take out the seeds, and she'll use the jalapeno itself, minus the seeds, in her cooking. And yeah, usually, even without the seeds, I have to drink milk to cut the heat in my stomach. Oh, and by the way, if you plant these, and let me know in the comments below if any of you have planted these. If you plant them and someone eats them by mistake, and obviously it's going to be very painful. I don't know, if you drink water or soda or juice, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to cut the heat. No, 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 it won't. Milk will cut the heat. So make sure that you have milk handy in case of an accident. Some people have told me that obviously other dairy products helps as well, and honey. I don't know, but definitely milk. Always works. Okay, let me go get my tools, pull these 3 plants off or away, and plant some new ones. After my cafe, because there is no work without coffee. And a few days ago, I installed a mailbox here, and it's working great because I can use it to store my tools. Let me show you. See? Instead of having them in a garage or my shed, it's right here where I need them. And let me show you the fertilizer that I used. This is it, the Scott's 10-10-10. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything wrong with this, because it probably damaged half my plants. I can't really blame it because I'm not 100% sure, because I've used 5-5-5 and 10-10-10 in the past, and it worked for my plants, but not this time for whatever reason. All right, let's go plant. This Mad Balls plant is totally gone. This still has the chance. The Carolina Reaper, I do see a little bit of green, so I'm not going to give up on this one. But unfortunately, this one, adios. And I'm going to remove some of this fertilizer that I put in there. And then in a few minutes, I will add a new fertilizer to this, something less strong. Okay. I bought this one today at a local nursery. All right. I need to water this. Now I got 2 tags. I'm gonna put them facing this way. That way I know which is which. So now I have 2 Carolina Reaper tags. All right. All right, for this one, for this old Carolina Reaper, I think, well, Let me remove some of this fertilizer just in case. All right, this Carolina Reaper is going to go someplace else just in case it does grow again. And here, well, actually, I got plenty of space, so I can plant 2 jalapenos here. One there and one there. That's one. And that's the second one right there. Let's loosen up the roots a little bit at the bottom. There we go. All right. The other 2 jalapenos I'll plant in another bed some other time. But yeah, what to do with this one? I think this one I'm gonna plant over with the beets just to be on the safe side. It's not as sunny as it is here. It's partial shade. All right, guys, for the new plants and for the old ones that are still here, I'm gonna go ahead and add a fish fertilizer, a 511. This is kind of mild. I know in the future when the plants get established and they get bigger, then I'll be looking for a 5-10-10, more than likely organic stuff. So for this, I bought this last year, and I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup, maybe a little bit less. Mix it up with water. Yeah, maybe 1/8 of a cup. I'm gonna add water and give it to the plants. And I wanna do this maybe fertilize once every 2 weeks or so. Shake it up a little bit and add it to the plants. You don't want to add it to the leaves, just to the soil. Now for the new plants, since they're not established yet, you want to add water once a day for about a week until the roots are established. Then after that, I don't know, maybe once every 2 weeks you may want to water. If it doesn't rain a lot in your area, but it rains a lot up here, so I don't think I have to water as often. By the way, guys, they actually call this the death spiral. I wonder why. And since I'm here, let me give you a quick tour of the garden. It's doing pretty well. Here are the pigeon peas. This whole bed is nothing but pigeon peas. I counted 33 plants out of 40 seeds a couple of days ago. So that's pretty good. I don't need all 33. I may need maybe 10 plants for good rice or something, but yeah, they're doing pretty good. Here I have some marigolds, SunGuard. I think it's sun sugar tomatoes, I think they call them. Sun sugar tomatoes, butternut squash, acorn squash. We got cabbage here, doing well. We have cucumbers. They call them the kitchen minis cucumbers. Another sun sugar tomato. I have celery here. More cabbage, kale, Swiss chard. Look at that Swiss chard. That is growing wild over there now, and so is the kale. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. We have some peppers here, bell peppers, lots of tomato plants. I have some assorted vegetables there. This is my wife's herb garden. You know, she's got sage, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and what is this thing called again? This is the lemongrass. Yeah, I don't know what lemongrass is for, but this bed is looking really good. And parsley over there, basil, sweet basil, and Italian basil. It looks a little different. Here we have onions, sunflowers. We have beans planted over there, and it's starting to rain, Well, let me finish this up real quick. We have potatoes, carrots, more squash and cucumbers, more sunflowers here, and culantro regao over there. I'm gonna take refuge for a second. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, I gotta take refuge for a few minutes because it's just a passing cloud. It's supposed to be sunny all afternoon, and you guys didn't tell me it was gonna rain. But I need the rain for my garden, obviously. I like it when it rains at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's only 5 minutes later. The coast is clear, and just like that, we're ready to go back into the garden. All right, guys, and here I have 4 beet plants. I planted beets here last year, and they did pretty well. Now this bed, only this bed is partial shade. And meaning it gets about 5 to 6 hours of sun a day, and then the rest of the day it gets a little bit of shade. And the beets that I planted last year, they did really, really well. So in this bed, yeah, it says, I think it says full sun. Planted full sun, yeah, 3 inches apart in rows of 14 to 16 inches apart. But yeah, partial shade, they'll still do good. So let's begin. Oh, and this Carolina Reaper, I'm gonna plant over here somewhere. So this is simple. Just dig a simple hole. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm gonna water as soon as I'm done here, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, be gentle with these. Oh, and by the way, you know that the leaves are edible. Do not throw the leaves away. You can use the leaves in smoothies and what have you. I always do. The leaves are very nutritious. All right, let me water it. I still have that Carolina Reaper plant that's almost dying. It's almost dead. I don't know if it'll make it or not, but I'm gonna try anyway. All right, again, water every day if it doesn't rain in your area. And after that, maybe twice a week if it doesn't rain. And these will grow very, very nice. All right, so here we have the culantro or recao, and it's doing pretty good. And this one, I don't know, maybe right here. Yeah, this is partial shade, and hopefully because it is partial shade, it'll come back alive again. Will it? I don't know, but it's worth a shot. Let's not forget to water it. Water it well. And repeat again mañana. All right, guys, so as I said earlier, I created a new YouTube channel. Something that I was thinking about for a very long time, but I did not have the courage to do. But my wife has been telling me, do it for years. And then a friend called Angel from the channel called Puerto Rico a Pie. And he motivated me to go ahead and do it because some of the things I do here on this channel, when it comes to repairing small engines, working with tractors, gardening, is not a very common thing in YouTube when it comes to the Spanish language. Yes, this new channel is in Spanish, and it's called No Café, No Trabajo. I'm gonna link it below, and what that means is no coffee, no work. But that particular channel is gonna be 100% in Spanish, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I didn't think I could do it because there's literally hundreds of words that I do not know how to say, like, you know, when it comes to tools, parts, gardening, And yeah, I can have a regular conversation with my family and friends in Spanish, but we never discuss tools and gardening and other things. So that's why I hesitated. But now I use AI and Mr. Google to translate everything for me. But yeah, what do you think? Now, by the way, I am not going to leave this channel. This channel will continue as it is for forever, basically. I will be doing the same thing I'm doing now: repairs, tractors, chainsaws, snow blowers. I will be doing the same things here as I do on that other channel. And I know some of my subscribers already know about it. And yeah, just go over there and say hello, and subscribe, comment, and like, just like this one. So what do you think, guys? Have any of you ever planted the Carolina Reaper or any other super hot peppers? I also have the ghost pepper. The Trinidad Scorpion died on me. And yeah, the death spiral. Have any of you ever planted that? Jalapenos, yeah, they're common, and they're easy to grow. Jalapenos are actually easy to grow. I've never had a plant die on me. Well, actually, I've rarely ever had a plant die on me except for this week, which was surprising. All right, guys, with that, I don't have anything else. So with that, you all have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. And for you Spanish speakers, make sure you go to No Café, No Trabajo, literally. All right, bye.